This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters are considering retiring Gabe Norwood's number 5 jersey, with head coach Yeng Guiao confirming a proposal is in place following Norwood's retirement after a 17-year PBA career. 5 months after coming out of retirement and drawing with Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao is setting his sights on another high-profile bout with a possible rematch against Floyd Mayweather Jr., now back on the agenda. Trouble for the Denver Nuggets as Nikola Jokic exits with a left knee injury late in the second quarter of a 147-123 loss to the Miami Heat. After years of early growing pains, the Converge FiberXers are starting to reap the rewards that could make them a team to watch. Later tonight, basketball analyst Jay Mercado joins us to break down what's next for the FiberXers. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 30th of December. Now, here's our roundup. Chris Newsom took over in the fourth quarter as the Meralco Bolts eliminated the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters 98-89 in the winner-take-all quarterfinals of the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup Monday night at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. With Heat teammates in foul trouble, Chris Newsom stepped up, scoring 18 of his 31 points in the final period to seal the Bolts' semifinal ticket. The loss also marked a significant moment for Rain or Shine, as it likely closed the 17-year PBA career of veteran forward Gabe Norwood. Meralco moves on to the semifinals behind a big fourth-quarter effort from Chris Newsom. Rain or Shine may soon retire Gabe Norwood's number 5 jersey, with coach Yeng Guiao revealing that a proposal is in place following the franchise stalwart's retirement after a 17-year PBA career. Here are the details from Zeus Valdez.
Rain or Shine Elasto Painters season came to a halt, and with it possibly the end of an era. Following their 98-89 loss to the Meralco Bolts in the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup quarterfinals, head coach Yeng Guiao confirmed that the franchise is open to honoring Gabe Norwood by retiring his jersey, a tribute to a career defined by loyalty, professionalism, and 17 seasons with one team. Guiao admitted the loss was a bitter one, especially after Rain or Shine finished second in the eliminations and held a twice-to-beat advantage, only to see it slip away in a winner-take-all game.
It's a disappointing outcome, but basketball ganyan talaga. Naintindihan naman namin. Overall, we finished the elimination round in second place. We got ourselves a twice-to-beat advantage, but we just could not hold on to it.
But for Guiao, the bigger story went beyond the scoreline, as the team hoped to give Norwood a storybook send-off in what could be his final game as a player. Guiao said the franchise owes much of its identity to Norwood, calling him the standard of character and the embodiment of what it means to be a Rain or Shine Elasto Painter.
And also, it became a little emotional because we were all disappointed for Gabe. But Gabe gave a good speech to the team. He thanked the team. He thanked the whole crew, the ball boys, the coaching staff, and management. And Gabe is not going away. He's just going to be around naman daw. Yung sabi niya. So, we appreciated what he did for the team. And we felt bad for him. But he was the one who was consoling us na we did not really fall short for him.
At 40 years old, Norwood continued to anchor the team with defense, effort, and leadership, roles that have defined his career since entering the league in 2007. Post-game, Norwood stopped short of making a formal retirement announcement, but acknowledged that family will now take priority as he considers his next steps.
I like to think I pride myself as a pretty loyal person, especially if loyalty shared with me. And Rain or Shine did that since day one. Winning isn't easy in the PBA, and I think we all understand the difficulties that may They come with, resources and things like that. But rain or shine, you find ways to compete. And I take a lot of pride in that. I've played for underdogs my whole career. I like being the underdog. But it makes winning that much more special. So I'm excited for this group and whoever gets added to Rain or Shine in the future. They to come out and compete and play with the same type of kind of joy and fire that I like to think I played with for my career.
Norwood has yet to make a final decision on his playing future, but if this was his last game, it closes the book on one of the longest single-team careers in PBA history. Reporting for the Scorecard, I'm Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In boxing, 5 months after coming out of retirement and fighting Mario Barrios to a draw, Manny Pacquiao is still targeting another major fight. The 47-year-old has previously said he plans to return to the ring in January of 2026 with an opponent yet to be determined. Pacquiao's team had been in discussions for a potential fight with WBA welterweight champion Rolando Rolly Romero, but those talks have since fallen apart, according to Mike Coppinger of The Ring magazine. Coppinger reports Pacquiao is now turning his attention back to a possible rematch with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Mayweather, however, could first take part in an exhibition bout with Mike Tyson, an event that has been announced but does not yet have a date or location. Still in boxing, British former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua is reported to be stable and remains under observation following a car accident in Nigeria. The 36-year-old boxer was involved in a collision in Ogun State that claimed the lives of two close friends. Ogun State police say Joshua sustained minor injuries when the vehicle he was traveling in collided with another car on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Two other occupants were not injured. Authorities confirm 5 men were involved in the crash. An investigation is ongoing, but preliminary findings suggest the vehicle may have been speeding, lost control while attempting to overtake, and struck a stationary truck parked along the roadside. Joshua continues to be monitored as police work to determine the full circumstances surrounding the incident. A mixed night around the NBA highlighted by an injury scare in Miami and strong road wins from several contenders. Denver's night took a turn late in the second quarter when Nikola Jokic went down with a left knee issue during a 147-123 loss to the Miami Heat. The Nuggets confirmed Jokic will undergo an MRI after finishing with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. Miami was led by Norman Powell's 25 as the Heat won their 3rd straight. In New York, the Golden State Warriors rallied from an early 15-point deficit to beat the Brooklyn Nets 120-107. Stephen Curry scored 27 with Jimmy Butler adding 21 as Golden State shot over 53% from the field. Meanwhile, in Charlotte, the Milwaukee Bucks held off the Hornets 123-113. Bobby Portis led the way with 25, while Giannis Antetokounmpo put up 24 points in limited minutes as Milwaukee picked up back-to-back wins. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the other games around the league. Knicks 130, Pelicans 125, Raptors 107, Magic 106, Suns 115, Wizards 101, Rockets 126, Pacers 119. Timberwolves beat the Bulls 136-101. Thunder defeated the Hawks 140-129. Cavaliers defeated the Spurs 113-101. And finally, the Blazers beat the Mavericks 125-122. We're also still awaiting word on Jokic's condition as Denver looks ahead to its next stretch, and the NBA schedule rolls on. After enduring early growing pains and short-term losses, the Converge FiberXers are beginning to see long-term payoffs, developing young talent and stockpiling draft capital that could position them as one of the top teams to watch in the upcoming conferences. Joining us later tonight is basketball analyst Jay Mercado as we dissect the future of the FiberXers. When we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to the Scorecard. The steady rise of Converge in the PBA continued this conference as the FiberXers, still seeking their first semifinals appearance since entering the league in 2022, came one win short of a PBA semifinal stint against Barangay Ginebra, reinforcing their growing status as a future title contender. Joining us to discuss the seemingly promising future of the Converge FiberXers is basketball analyst Jay Mercado. Pardon me, semifinals matchup against San Miguel. Dahil ang tumalo sa kanila yung Barangay Ginebra with that shot by Stephen Holt. So, Jay, your reaction to that makapigil hiningang bakbakan sa pagitan ng Converge at Barangay Ginebra?
Probably one of the best games, at least in the 21st century, ng PBA. Nip and tuck all the way. Converge actually had the edge most of the time, and we actually fought at 1 minute and 30 seconds left with Converge ahead by 6 points. We actually thought Ginebra would falter na, mawawala na. But somehow, somewhere, the never say die spirit of Ginebra continue to work for them.
What do you think about this young core of Delta Pineda's Converge FiberXers, a very exciting team that, if they're able to keep this group for years to come, could be a force to reckon with in the PBA?
It's an incredible team. It's a well-assembled team. Remember, Converge came in the PBA or joined the PBA in 2022. And do sa entire 18-man roster nila, there's only one person left from that Alaska team that they bought. It's Kevin Racal. But the rest are all new players, and majority of them, at least the nucleus of that particular team, are aged 27, 28, 29 years old. So with the exceptions of Vic Manuel, who's a new recruit, Larry Muyang, who's 30 years old, Kevin Akal, who's 34, and another new recruit, Rafi Rivis, who's around 50 years old already. Other than that, this is a very solid and young team. They have a strong starting unit with two of the quality young big men that you can find, in Justin Arana and Justin Baltazar. And then you have a backcourt of Shawnee Winston and Juan Gomez Bilyonaryo, and a forward in Stockton, Alex Stockton. So maganda yung composition ng team niya. But yet, you have to understand, Converge is a team that's not afraid to take risks and to think its roster. So ang mangyayari ngayon dyan, don't be surprised with Dave Ildefonso coming in by next conference, and we're expecting him to be very fresh, and he just came off a championship in the MPBL with the Abra Weavers. We expect a lot of changes along the way as well in the forward slot. So we don't know what will happen. There are rumors that are circulating around, but for now, what we know is that David Ildefonso will be joining them, and he'll be playing free for Converge.
That is going to be crazy. Imagine a starting five of one GBL. You got Shani Winston, Dave Ildefonso, Baltazar, and Justin Arana. Laban yon. That is a starting five that can compete with the best of them in the PBA. Do you feel like Dave Ildefonso might be that missing piece that Converge needs to finally advance to the semifinals?
That's a possibility. That's about an average age of 27, 28 years old, the starting lineup. The only team that can probably match up against them in terms of age would be Rain or Shine, which is also a very young team. But to answer your question, yes, that's a probable scenario. But more importantly, I think Converge needs a lot of seasoning pa. We saw in the Ginebra series na ang kulang ng Converge talaga yung experience, There was a time when there were the younger players like Archie Concepcion was there, and another guy, when Juan Gomez Bilyonaryo had to be fielded out, medyo nag-struggle defensively. So I think those are the things that have to be, kailangan ma-season pa yung mga yan. Masanay, in 1 or 2 years probably, Converge will be a championship team, most likely.
So Jay, based on what you saw in that Ginebra series, depensa, that is an area for improvement for Converge?
Absolutely. If there's one thing na medyo weak link ng yan, it's going to be defense. We have to understand two things. Coach Delta Pineda thrives on offense. That's one. His assistant coach is his consultant, is Raiko Toroman, who's also known to be an offensive coach. So somewhere along the way, there might have to be some adjustments as far as the coaching staff is concerned, to be able to integrate defense into that team. There's no problem with offense, no? The starting unit can account for 80 or 90 points per game. Ang problema lang, how to limit their opponents to 75 or 80 or 85 points.
I want to talk about Juan Gomez de Leano. This is a guy who really took his time before finally coming back home to play in the PBA. He played internationally. Do you think that because of what Juan Gomez de Leano did, taking this route of gaining as much experience as he could, na yun na magiging roadmap ng mga potential PBA players na kumuha muna ng experience sa labas and before coming back here to the PBA? Kasi sobrang hinog na itong si Juan. He's not a rookie. I mean, he is a rookie technically, but the way he's playing, parang star na talaga dito sa PBA.
And his maturation, no? Ang bilis na maturation niya, no? Compared to 6 years ago when he was still with UP, no? Masyadong malaki yung developments niya. Remember, he also played in the MPBL. And he got injured somewhere along the way kasi medyo medyo mayabang ang dating ni So siguro nabigyan ng yung mga veterano sa MPBL ng isa o dalawa dyan. But when he played in Japan, and I'm not sure if it's Korea or Taiwan, no? But when he played overseas, that's the time when he actually started playing more maturely. So that's a major advantage. And if following the same blueprint, you might see Ferdy Ravena, next season as well, assuming, for example, he doesn't get to work out with to sign a contract with another Japanese team in the B League.
30 is actually the player that I had in mind because kakatapos lang ng stint niya sa Dubai and now he's still not going to the PBA based on the latest reports. He's still looking for another opportunity overseas. So mukhang itong si Dave Ildefonso talagang inaabangan ng Converge FiberXers. Also, Dave is coming off that MPBL championship. So he's leaving no stone unturned before finally making it to the PBA.
Exactly. And you have to understand also because of that young core, anybody from those 5 players that you mentioned earlier that will form the starting, you can be a leader. And this is where, makikita mo ngayon, Juan strives to be a leader. He wants to be a leader. He did not make major mistakes in the overtime, the final minutes of regulation, except probably for that one foul that he committed. But otherwise, he made all his free throws. He scored a 4-point shot. He made a 3-point play. He attacked when necessary. He made the right pass along the way. Alam mo that particular team, so long as they have the personality to lead, will have a young leader in the future for them.
And it's very exciting considering the fact that all of these guys were stars in their own right in the collegiate level. Juan was a star in UP. Shani Winston was a star with LaSalle. Dave Ildefonso with NU and Ateneo. Justin Baltazar with LaSalle and Justin Arana with Arellano. This is a star-studded Converge lineup. But Jay, kung meron pang isang player na nakikita mo sa PBA na maaring makatulong pa dito sa Converge, there are rumors na Alex Stockton is on his way out. So, sino ang mga posibleng pwedeng pumasok dito sa team na to, maybe in a trade for Stockton that could help this squad?
There's word that Joshua Monzon is the one being peddled for Alex Stockton. We have no idea yet. We are not sure. But based on what happened in the last game with Converge, that might be a probability, But if it is Joshua Monzon, he's still a young player as well, and he fits the forward lineup, the free spot perfectly. But he's still young. Along the way, Converge might have to consider putting in a veteran presence probably in the future. Vic Manuel is a good pick because he fills in a certain need. Converge only has 3 big players, essentially. Buyang, Arana, and Baltazar. So it becomes a second power forward player who can play for the team. Unfortunately, Manuel does not have the personality of a leader, basically. So unless he turns things around and he leads his team, iba kayo nang hinahanap ng Converge ngayon, yung veteran presence nila.
Yeah, but Joshua Monzon would be a crazy addition and Converge would be a problem to the rest of the league. Jay, thank you so much for your time and analysis as always, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, and thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Up next, Ginebra and San Miguel collide once more in the PBA semifinals. Tim Cohn calls on RJ Abarientos to step up while Junmar Fajardo enters in dominant form. Never Say Die meets the defending champions. We'll break down that matchup when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. It is that time again in the PBA when history, rivalry, and legacy collide. Barangay Ginebra and the San Miguel Beermen, two giants, one final seat, and no room for error in the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup semifinals. The semifinals meeting is built on a conference of thin margins and late game drama. Earlier this Philippine Cup, San Miguel showed why they remain the defending champions. In Dubai, they escaped Barangay Ginebra 83-81 thanks to a clutch fourth quarter by Chris Rosales. Now, with the game hanging in the balance, Rosales split free throws and then buried a huge three to swing momentum. Ginebra, true to its Never Say Die identity, had one last shot. But Scotty Thompson's four-point attempt at the buzzer missed its mark. That game was a snapshot of this rivalry. Execution versus emotion. And it set the tone for what's coming. A series that promises to go the distance. Now, for Ginebra to flip the script, head coach Tim Cohn is looking at one key piece. Ron J. Abarientos. Cohn has been clear. RJ is not just a floor general. He's a scorer. And he has to embrace it. Cohn believes that when Abarientos looks for his own shot, it changes everything. The defense collapses, the floor opens up, and Ginebra's offense finds a different gear. There's familiarity here too. Cohn has seen this story before with RJ's uncle, the Flying A, Johnny Abarientos, a pass-first mindset that needed a push towards aggression. In a series where San Miguel's defense thrives on predictability, Ginebra needs RJ to be unpredictable, attacking and scoring, and making the Beermen pay for every moment of hesitation. Now, over on the other side stands a familiar figure, and he's entering the semifinals with a message. JMF, the GOAT, Junmar Fajardo, is coming off a monster performance. 26 points, 23 rebounds against NLEX to enter the semis, a stat line that screams control and command. This is not just about numbers, this is about presence. Fajardo dominates the paint, sets the tone defensively, and forces Ginebra to adjust possession after possession. And as Tim Cohn himself admitted, year after year, San Miguel's core doesn't seem to be slowing down. They just keep coming. For Ginebra, Japeth Aguilar and the front court must find a way to contain Fajardo without losing balance everywhere else. For San Miguel, the mission is simple. Play through the Kraken, control the tempo, and let experience take over. This semifinal series is more than a matchup. It's a chapter in one of the PBA's most storied rivalries. Ginebra, fueled by belief, heart, and the Never Say Die spirit, versus San Miguel, built on execution, depth, and their title on the line. Only one moves on. Only one gets a shot at the title. And here's the full details of what lies ahead in this classic matchup. And with that, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.